Good morning, you join me again this morning, day 2 of the lockdown, day 2 of the release, not so much the lockdown. We're here at Bosquet once again, Crevillente, and I'm on the famous Peg 1. I'm not going to bother with the pole today, although I know I can catch lots of fish on the pole on here. I'm just going to fish the feeder, be it a method feeder, a bomb, an open a cage feeder, something like that. We're going to catch loads of fish, barbel, carp, probably the odd mullet, but I'll take you through as we go along. Thanks. Starting off on the method feeder on the pellet. Had a couple of indications already. This is the first cast. In fact, we've got a fish. So we've been at it about 5 minutes. We've got the first fish. Your carp, would have thought. It's going to be very warm today. Missed. Missed again. Third time lucky. There we go, a Spanish carp. So that's a good start. Just fishing on the rig that does virtually everything. Standard method feeder, pellet, putting quite a dry mix on by hand, putting the pellet in the top and just flicking it in under arm. What could be simpler? Setting the bait runner, very violent takes, as always in Spain. And when the carp really have a go, you've not got the bait runner in, you will lose your rod. It's as simple as that. We're on the second cast now, throwing it in again, more indications on the tip. I'm quite sure it will go round any second. Plenty of fish in the peg. Bit trouble filming with the sun, as the sun's coming straight at me, but that will move as the day goes on. So we might get some better shots a bit later on. I'm stuck behind the brolly at the moment, but it's no use striking at these little indications. You've just got to wait until the whole lot goes. and then the fish is on, so to speak. Where we are fishing is a part of a great big nature reserve. It's called El Fondo National Park, and all the birds you can hear in the background. It's a twitcher's paradise basically. There's a great big lake over there, and all these birds from all over the world come, and there's hives and all sorts of things. But it is part of a nature reserve. Still a bit of interest on the tip. This peg that I'm fishing is definitely the best peg on the complex. Everybody wants to draw this when we're fishing matches. It's peg 1. There's not a soul on this bit today, believe it or not. I don't think there's that many anglers out here at the moment. There's nobody here. There's just me on pegs 1 to 10, a couple of people on the lake, and a couple of mates of mine are fishing another bit of water a little bit further over. But I'm fishing peg 1, and there we go, there's another fish. A little bit snaggy in parts, this peg, so you just got to guide them out wherever. A little bit trouble with the umbrella, but that's part and parcel of fishing in Spain, I'm afraid. It's going to get up to about 30 degrees today, so without the shade, oh, and it's come off. Without the shade, you would fry basically. Anyway, we're all having a bit of a pleasure day today, just showing you what's going on. We can't fish matches. So again, just moulding the ground bait. It's fairly stiff, this ground bait, although dry, if you know what I mean. Underarm cast, just into that bit down there. It's probably, what, 4 foot deep, 5 foot deep maybe. So there's no weight for, you know, things sinking and stuff like that. Put the bait runner on, put it in this backrest, which holds it should I be doing something else, and off it goes. And I'm pretty soon that there'll be some action on the tip very shortly. Right, we're about an hour in. Still only here on this peg 1 to 10, and just looking at my clicker, I've had 8 carp, and I've lost one. It's been pretty frantic. There's fish everywhere, and to be honest, no matter what I did, I'd probably catch fish today. I'm going to stick on the feeder. It's a hot day. I'm just waiting for the sun to come off the water here because it's very difficult to film, and it's absolutely boiling. But as soon as that sun gets a little bit higher, I'll go around there and then it won't bother me for the rest of the day. There's fish everywhere. I just keep pinging a few pellets, and I'm fishing pellet, and I'm fishing with a method feeder. Seems to have gone a little bit quiet for a minute. I don't know why. I was speaking to the lad who fished this peg yesterday, and he had similar problems. Few quiet spells. It's I think the fish are just not used to the feed with us 2 months of not fishing. There's definitely still plenty of fish there. I get little knocks on the tip. I'm sure it'll not be long before it goes round. May swap over to corn in a bit on the hook. Corn or pellet or bread, any of them, you'll catch fish. This is only a small fish. You'll see it doesn't have any barbels at all. It's actually a carasio. I'm not bothering with a mould or anything like that, just putting it on by hand. It doesn't really matter, we don't have to be exact. And I'm just simply putting the bait on top there, the pellet. Flicking it in, right there, and letting the rod settle. Setting the bait runner because I've got a little bit of room at the back. You never know, there are some very big fish in this peg. Barbel to probably 8-9 pound, double figure carp. So you better just having that little safety net. something playing around with it now, as you can see, but got the sides on the feeder and they're sort of digging into it. If you strike at those sort of things, you won't connect at all. You just got to wait till the rod goes. There's not many really tiny fish in here. Sometimes it goes straight away and other times it takes... Oh, that's been in 2 minutes. Did say I was going to try corn, but I've not done at the moment. But next cast I'm going to put a couple of pieces of corn on. I'm fishing one of these quick stops. In fact, I'll do that now and I'll show you the quick stop. I'm fishing there with a drilled pellet and one of these quick stops. We'll take the quick stop off. You've got to use one of these needles, a couple of pieces of corn. He says this corn's from yesterday and because of the heat it's not right good actually, but it'll do. So a couple of pieces of corn on the hair. Notice I've got a little stop bead there, stop my feeder keep sliding back in the water, and it also helps hooking some of the fish. Power it in and just put your corn on the top. Little underarm cast. Virtually the same spot every time. I'm not clipping up or anything like that, but you'll not be so far out. Tighten up and put your bait runner on and wait and see. Something having a little bit of an inquiry there. Straight away. Been in what? 30 seconds? Let's tighten up a little bit. Got the impression from this that the fish, the bigger fish certainly, seem to be, they're probably backing off from that feeder. I may have to go a little bit further out or change to a bomb or a cage. May well be better. We'll see how it goes. It may well improve as the day goes on. Missed. gone a bit quiet, still getting lots of indications on the tip, and I fed a few pellets across where the fish are clouding up the water, so they're obviously there. I don't really want to fish the pool, if I'm being honest. I just can't be bothered, it's a bit too warm. I fished it all day yesterday and I was intent on just fishing the feeder, so I'm just going to persevere. There's still fish there. I've set up my other rod, which has got a cage feeder on it at the moment, but I can fish it on a bomb. So feeding a few pellets, there's lots of fish there. We'll persevere with this and we'll see what happens. I just hooked a big fish about 5 minutes ago, which took me straight in those reeds over there, and it came off, it didn't break, it just came off. See, a lot of fish messing about with it. That's had the pellet, so unusual to lose one of these pellets, as obviously they're drilled. You can see that they're drilled. They go on the spike, some better than others I might add. They must be made in China, something like that. See, a couple keep splitting there. Got one on eventually. I'll just pull that down a little bit. At the end of the day, it is a boat rig this, and they should be hooking themselves. It's a free running rig really till it's that little stop, which is only a float stop, so same spot again, roughly. Tighten up, and within a minute they'll be on that. I'll just time it before they're on it. There you go, they're on it. They're not taking the pellet straight off, so I may have to change to something a bit brighter or something like that. It's an oiled one of these pelletors I'm using at the moment, 8mm halibut. Can fish bigger pellets, but I think I've left them in my shed, the bigger pellets, so this will have to do at the minute. They seem to horn straight in on it and then leave it for a minute or two. I can't quite work out what's going on at the minute. Oh, somebody else turned up a bit further down there. It's a lovely day. It's still early. Well, it's 10 to 10. Cowboy time. Another carp, but I think this is a bit bigger. Don't think it's a barbel. I think it's a carp, but it's stirring up the bottom, as you can see. It's no bigger. I'm using Barbara Sukes, QM1s I'm using at the moment, and that's the carp. I put him back. We're not allowed to use keep nets, although you normally can use keep nets here, but we can't at the moment because you're not allowed because of this coronavirus. So same sort of spot. Flick it in again. See all the water's colouring up here with the commotion I'm causing. But there's literally fish everywhere. I've fed over any of these things. The minute I flick something in, can't come up and eat them. Fish the pole and fish up in the water would definitely catch though. But as I say, I just fancied a day on the feed. I'm going to experiment with the bomb, have a do on the cage, and just do something different for a change. Because normally it's just pull on this venue. Occasionally you fish the feeder if you've got a spur peg. But the minute I flick anything up over there, that was a bit short. The carp are coming up for the odd pellet that's still floating. That I would say is a typical Bosquet carp. It's about a kilo. We've gone all metric over here, so just over £2. But if you're doing your clicking, they usually average a kilo. Still on the method, not even set me other rod up, but I've not gone there yet. Will do. Because the fish are definitely moving up in the water, so I may even have a go on the floating feeder, which I've had some great success over here with. Not so much here, but usually on these M pegs. You need an M peg. It's absolutely stuffed with fish. I'll pick some line up or something here. Spider's web. Still got the bait runner on, but you'll notice the bait runner's not actually been going. All the tips been going because it's a this rod, it's a Drennan Series 7, very through action, and I've only got like a 1.5 stroke 2 ounce tip, so that's taking all the pressure. It's not even getting to the reel. But if you hit one of these big barbel, believe me, the bait runner will come on. And when I'm striking, I put my finger on the spool. Well, I'm not so much striking, I'm just lifting the rod up. It seems you have to keep flicking a few pellets. If you don't seem to get the action, and I'm flicking some of these a bit too far. But the barbel in this peg, there's a pipe comes in. You just seem to sit behind that pipe. I think the fish are moving up and down in the water, taking the odd pellet that's not sort of completely submerging, but obviously going on my bait because I've had what, 13 carp now in 2 hours, so 13 kilos in 2 hours. What, nearly £30. If I fished this in a match, I would definitely fish the pull. I'd fish to set the feeder up, probably start on that, but I would definitely fish the pull. Because you will catch more fish, especially pellet up in the water, across. Perhaps 1.5 foot deep. But I'm being lazy today. Lots of action on the feeder. They're obviously banging into it, not actually taking it. Gone slack a couple of times and things like that. Get the odd liner, obviously we're firing pellets. Like that. That would definitely go around in a minute. Persevering on this because I actually want to catch a barbel, just to show you the barbel that are in here. We put a lot of the barbel in that we had permission to fish another big lake, and we were catching them, and the guy from here was coming up with some aerated system and he was transporting them back. So in every, well, there's 4 or 5 sections, in every section you go there'll be some barbel. And they're in mint condition and they go like mad. Very surprised that's not gone around. They're still touching it, but the minute I put anything across like pellets, or I'm only pinging 4mm pellets, 5 or 6 at a time, that's all, and that's a fish. It's only a small fish, but you can tell by the bite. There are some tension here actually, believe it or not, and you do catch them occasionally, but this is only a small fish. Some strange fishing, there's goldfish, there's a few koi in here. I think this is one of those carassios again, or just a small normal carp, shall we say. Yeah, it's one of them carassios. It's not got any oh no, it's not a carassio, that has got a barbel. So that's just a normal Spanish common carp, be it small. Just over £1, I suppose. Let's take my pellet again as that. And we're still sticking with these pelletos. Because normally you don't lose them very often. You fish with the same one all day really. But for some reason they've come off a couple of times today. And I'm fishing with the 14 QM1 barbless Guru. Just a great hook, you don't tend to lose many fish with it. Difficult to get out at times. Go a bit further this time. See, they're just sitting a little bit at the back of where we've been fishing. Very often the bigger fish just sit at the back. The problem with that is you're getting a bit near to these reeds, and the bigger fish just take off. Difficult to hold and stop them getting in them reeds. Something on it straight away. This is a little bit too Not to my liking, this ground bait. Somebody gave it me yesterday actually, and it's gone. Anyway, we've got a fish. It's not been in a minute. It's not a great big fish, but be another kilo fish. Seems to be the trend now in England, but it's certainly been the trend over here in Spain now. Keeping your rod very low, the fish come up and it stops them getting in any sort of snags. It's just they don't sort of behave how you actually want sometimes. See, this is a much bigger fish, but it's virtually give up. They're very lethargic. They've not quite woke up yet from the 2-month rest that they've had, shall we say. Now that's come off in the net, but that's probably getting on for £3, so £1.5 kg. As I say, the ground bit's a bit too stodgy, but I'd rather have it on than not have any on at all. I'll make some up after where I'll just wet some micros. That's all I'll do. Wet some micros down and just use them. As good as anything in here. But this is some sort of method mix that Justin, who was with me yesterday, used, and it's gone a bit funny overnight, shall we say. Left it in the car all night. It's just gone a little bit too, well, one, it was too dry, and then when I wet it, it's gone a bit too stodgy. But we're not playing for anything today. It's just a bit of fun. So this proves you don't have to have everything right. I wouldn't be happy with that if I was fishing a match, because it's not right. But it's good enough for today. We're up to 14 carp. And we've done, well, 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's getting a bit warmer. There's a couple fishing down there now. They've got their fancy yellow brollies up. And I'm just persevering here. There you go, another lovely carp. And I've lost my pellet again. Something very strange going on today. My spike's a little bit bent actually, but I don't think that should affect it. But see, that one went straight on, that pellet hole. No problem at all. Some of the others took me 2 minutes to get it on. Another big gob of Justin's special ground bait. A bit of a tangle there. Throw it a bit further. A little bit further to the back. I really want to catch a barbel, because they do go like shit when you hook one. They're just off, and they're the ones that break you. Even fishing bait runners and God knows what, because times you just have to hang on, hope for the best. Fishing a 0.21 bottom, some sort of special line, I don't know. It's at least 10 pound breaking strain, but if you lock everything up and the barbel are going, you may win, you may not. And we're in again. That's literally how quick it can happen. Again, just through a little bit further behind and it's off for them reeds over there. So we've got him out. Well, sometimes just keeping your rod low and all that, in theory it's great, but when you're trying to manoeuvre a load of reeds, bushes, overhanging trees, all sorts of things, it sort of goes out the window, doesn't it? And you just do what you can. I think it's silted up quite a bit here actually, because it doesn't normally do this. So I think the fish have probably just been holding up, oops, and it's come off. See, that's not following the textbook that it's come off, and I've ended up pulling where I shouldn't be pulling, it's come off. But again, we're only messing about at the moment. Another couple of meters beyond where I have been fishing, and I'm getting bigger fish because they just seems they're sitting at the back of where I'm actually fishing, or have been fishing. And that's what you got to do. You got to keep moving in and out. It's no use this exactly the same spot. Once they go off, they either backed off or they've come this way. They'll definitely back off that. But I'm feeding another bit over here, side of this bush, so that I can give that a little bit of a rest and hopefully still catch a few decent carp over there. So I'm pinging a few pellets, perhaps more than I should, but wanting to get them on the bottom. The fish are actually coming up, but overshot there. My catching's gone crap whilst we've been on lockdown. Keep pinging where we're fishing. And we're getting lots of indications. And look where I fired them pellets. I don't know if you can see it across on the video. Fish are actually rooting in the... and we're in again. And that's again kiting towards them reeds. But managed to pull it out. Trying to keep the rod very low, trying to get the fish up. Trying to stop something biting me on my back. Not a huge fish, but again, another kilo fish. These fish seem to be a lot, I don't know, stranger than what they normally act. They normally set off at 100 miles an hour, and it takes you a while to get them in. These, you're getting them in, and then when you get near the net, they're going ballistic, which they don't normally behave like English fish. We usually use much stronger lines than you would do in England. Again, I'm fishing with a 10 pound main line, My ground bait now is like, it's a bit like concrete actually. It's not the best at all, but still doing the trick, and I'm just sitting the pellet on top. Go a bit further again towards the back. Start coming back this way in a minute. But there's a lot of fish there now in that peg. A lot of fish. But it seems, and it sounds strange, if you stop pinging these pellets, you'll still catch, but you won't catch at the same rate. Doesn't matter if you're just overshooting it, as long as you're on that angle, keep moving in and out, you'll get fish there. Oh, I went completely round and we've missed it. Don't quite know how that happened. But you see, even though that ground bait was a bit too stodgy and a bit crap, it's come out the feeder. It's not that. But yesterday's ground bait, what can I say? Oh, that was a bit too far. Very near to that reed. That could be fraught with danger. I'm going to start pinging a little bit shorter now. Drag them back this way a bit. And again, I'm hoping to catch a barbel, which I just want to show you. One, I want to show you how they go, and two, I want to actually show you the fish. That must have been a liner, so that's two on the run I've missed. But it's thrown a little bit too far, and you see, there's a bit of weed on the stuff. It's a bit shitty over there. Not go as far this time. It's better. Oh, they're on that straight away there. Thought that was actually going to go then. When you do really get them going proper, you will get a lot of these fish. As soon as it hits the bottom, and bang, it'll go straight round and off you go. You've got a fish. I've just seen a big mullet come swimming this way. Again, I'd like to catch a mullet, show you one of them, but there's not many in this bit. They're in the other bits. It is the mullet that you see in harbours in when you're on your holidays and stuff like that. But they live in this sort of water. This water is very, very slightly salty because we're on the edge of some sort of, I think this was a salt lake at one stage. So it's not brackish, but there's definitely salt in it. Hence why your rods go white, and your pole, end of your pole, your zips on your bags all seize up and things like that. Still loads of fish knocking about all over the shore. Keep feeding over there near this bush because I'm going to have a do there in a minute, and that must have been a fish, but obviously it wasn't. Pull that down a little bit, that little float stop. Some people don't like that, say it loses your fish, but it doesn't. Gains your fish. Like when we used to fish the river back in England, we're missing loads of bites just beyond the about 3 inch behind the feeder. You just put a knot. So the feeder, you just pull through, you stick that little knot, and basically that's the idea of that for me. In England, obviously, you can't have a lot of free running. You have to have free running completely the way through. Over here you don't. There's virtually no rules over here as to what you can use, how you can use it. There's virtually no rules. We have club rules for matches that we fish, like one rod and all this sort of stuff, but you see some of the Spanish roll up here and they can fish with anything, and they do. Straight on that again there now. Keep a few pellets going in on that line. I just think it gets more fish into your peg. That's all it's doing, in my mind. Somebody may say different, but I have tried it where you don't put any pellets. You just put this. You'll catch fish, definitely you will catch fish, but not as many as you will using this. Right, we're 3 hours in now. Just slightly moved across though, to the side of that bush that I've been feeding. First cast, I've got a carp. That one you've just seen. We're 3 hours in, well, nearly 3 hours in, and I've had 21 carp. So 3 hours, 21 carp, at least 21 kilo. I've run out of ground bait. Which is as well because it was really shit. I'm on the real dregs. I'm just about to wet some micros. Oh, well, that's way too far, but we'll leave it there. Problem with that is there's trees and all sorts of things in the way. I probably will get a carp there, but so all we're going to do now, just got normal Scressings micros. I'm just going to wet them down. There's about a bit more than a pint there, I suppose. Just wet them down completely. There you go. They're just a bit more. They're just wet. Just leave them. Within, I don't know, 10 minutes, they'll be right. That's good enough for here today. Normally I would mix them with some swim stim and other stuff like that, but like everything else, sorted all my tattle out in this big breakdown, and we can't find anything now. I've forgot my swim stim, I've forgot a load of other stuff, so we'll just have to make do with what we've got. Oh dear. Came off that one. just swapped over to micros in the feeder, and it's made a dramatic difference. In 5 casts I had 5 fish, and I've just lost that fish you just saw. I've moved over to the side of this bush, giving that a little bit of a rest, although I am still feeding that with a few pellets. You can see the fish jumping on the far bit over there, or you can hear them if you can't see them. It's absolutely stuffed with fish over here, and there's been some bigger fish like that. The trouble is trying to get them out, because they head straight away for the bushes. Now this one has sort of give up, but it's a decent fish. Missed. Third time lucky. Another carp. That's all I've caught is carp. I've not had any barbel. Another kilo. And we keep going. Just putting a few micros in the feeder, exactly the same. Putting my pellet on top, giving it a bit of a squeeze, undramming it. It's like a different spot. Absolutely teeming with carp over there. Perhaps too many carp. As I say, I've lost a few with the snags and stuff that we've got. But straight away, don't really with that. A few more people turned up over there now in a van. They're fishing the lake. Just going daft on them pellets. Again, you just have to wait so it goes round. Keep feeding the other bit. I am hoping we're going to get a barbel, so I can just show you. Came out then. Actually went. There was a fish on then. A few micros. Still on the pellet. Tried a bit shorter. It's not fraught with danger though. Lots and lots of fish over there. Lots and lots of fish still over there where I first started fishing. Perhaps the curse of the camera, because prior to putting the camera on, I had five puttings over there. As you can see, lots and lots of fish. Probably would be better with a mould actually, just on these micros, but being lazy today. Oh, definitely the curse of the camera. Another typical carp. You do get mirrors over here. There are quite a few mirrors in here, but not had any today. Lots and lots of fish over there. Lots of fish, as you can see. Serious line bite. As you say, when you get them going proper, fast and furious. just about to say that's the first time the tip's not immediately started knocking, and it started knocking, so I'm amazed that's not gone. They're obviously still grubbing at the micros. I'm just amazed it's not gone. Was a fish there. Voila!
Hey.
You alright?
Yeah. Has this been open, what, for 2 days already?
2 days, yeah. Not seen you for a long while. Have you emigrated?
Have I what?
I said, have you emigrated? Moved countries. You used to be here all the time and not seen you for ages.
Well, I'm a lot in there.
Yeah, yeah,
really,
yeah.
But I mean, I haven't seen anybody in, well, at least 2 or 3 months.
Oh, well, obviously, yeah. I mean, I meant before that.
Apart from that. Yeah, no, I'm not here so much. Because I'm over there.
Right.
The big lakes. Most of the time.
Oh, well.